My name is Richard Fairbrother. I am with Bitstream Media, and you are at the Rochester Home Cinema and in the Rochester Showroom. The idea for the Rochester Home Cinema was born because we wanted to redefine the user experience in an emotional way that nobody had ever seen before. We wanted to lift people's expectations of what home cinema could deliver and the aesthetic and the acoustics in which it was delivered. We are located conveniently in Rochester, New York. We started this process about a year and a half ago. We signed the lease in May, and then the theater was completed in November, and we went through an additional 4 months of testing on the audio side and the video side to make sure that the output was commensurate with the price and the value that people wanted to see. So we wanted a rather large theater that would comfortably seat at least 10 full leather recliners, motorized of course, and we wanted to showcase immersive audio, so we have 31 discrete channels that can do object-based rendering. The theater itself, because we wanted the seating and the amount of speakers, has to be quite large. We took painstaking care to make sure the dimensions are accurate so that we didn't run into modal issues. And the theater itself is about 31.25 deep, 17.9 wide, and just under 12 feet tall. Well, we built a theater because we wanted dealers and consumers to have a place to go that could showcase what's available with today's technology and the technology that's coming down the pipe. Most theaters don't even utilize more than 7.1 streams for decoding, and with the new immersive formats of Dolby Atmos, DTS:X, and even Oro, the immersive nature of the audio is so much more emotion-inducing, that it's a totally different experience that people should be looking for in their home cinemas.
This is my first experience with a showroom. I've known Richard Fairbrother from Bitstream for over 10 years. He brought this in front of me about a year and a half ago, and I jumped all over it. We provided the install for the theater, the integration, the Crestron gear. It's been great. The reason I partnered in with Bitstream Media, the showroom, was I wanted clients to see the experience. I do not have a showroom, and having the showroom gets us extra. The job will go from $250,000. It could bump up to $400,000 or $500,000 with the showroom here, the caliber it is, and it just works. Lately, I've used the showroom for existing clients. Every time we go in for a service call or this or that, I'll say, hey, we're involved in a showroom in Rochester, and about 85–90% will jump on it. They'll come here. We do private demos, and they're usually here maybe an hour and a half, and we've had 8 to 10 demos, and we have 1 confirmed sale and 2 in design works.
The main reason that myself and Induction Dynamics decided to pair with Rich Fairbrother on this project, outside of our long-standing relationship and trust that we have with Rich, is that we were able to come together with partners like Trinov and CDGI, who make an exceptionally high-end experience and put 32 channels of audio of Induction Dynamics speakers in the theater. The real reason that we jumped at that is because of the absolute enormity of the idea that this is really the most advanced, state-of-the-art and sophisticated home theater demo room on the entire eastern seaboard at this point. So to be part of that is very exciting for us, and we're more than happy to pair up with partners like we have here to provide this experience that's consumer-based and open to the public.
I got involved in the opportunity to build a $500,000 home theater to showcase the high end of what home automation can do and what a home theater can look like. It's not that I expect that we're going to be selling $500,000 theaters, but that we're really looking at the opportunity to show what the possibilities are, what can be done. We have not had a showroom previously. We've actually teamed up with various builders around Western New York, where we're based out of, and showcased a lot of this technology in the actual model homes themselves. We have done some very low-end home theaters that we've showcased, more multi-purpose rooms and that sort of stuff. So this really gives us that highlight that we're looking for, to show that that higher-end client, that higher-end aspect of what can be done. Well, the foyer here has technology from Control4 in it, as well as Phase Tech and some other vendors that we can allow for customers to experience different levels of quality and technology. So we can show them what a low-end audio system will sound like, all the way up through to a very extremely high-end system that may be exactly what they're looking for. So the audiophile might be looking to look at something to play their LPs, their vinyl on, or we might be getting the client that's just looking for the background music, and we can give them that opportunity to experience those different sound qualities in an environment. And then we've encompassed it around the Control4 system so that they can see how easy it is to use such a system.
And Rich and I have worked together for a long time, and he's always had this dream of putting together a design center, a demonstration facility that could show people how you really need to do it to be successful. And this opportunity presented itself, and we decided to get involved as soon as we had the opportunity. We've been working on this since the early 2000s, long before Dolby Atmos or some of the other companies have come to the idea of immersive audio. And I think it's one of the reasons why Rich was interested in having us involved with this system, which is a 31-speaker, high spatial resolution system. It's what we do best.
The biggest challenge we faced designing this theater was trying to do something in a very contemporary manner that was done in a way that's kind of untested. One of the aspects is we did ceiling panels that are 17 feet long as single individual panels, where most companies would do it as a stretched fabric type system. Very, very challenging, but it really came out well.
Demo purposes.
Having a theater like this one for the integrator is absolutely critical. If someone wants to get the idea across in its best light, there's no better way to do it than to experience it. And the experience you get here should bring goosebumps, and that's what we do sell, is goosebumps.
Richard brought together the various companies representing these state-of-the-art solutions, and these are all best-in-class brands, which we each like each other because we are reinforcing those best practices, kind of that in that blue chip club where we each borrow each other's equipment for our own demos. And so here's an opportunity to have a dedicated theater installed and created that we could then just live with that as a sales and marketing tool and a local demonstration tool for the market. It's important for integrators to have these high quality demonstration facilities somewhere. Retail space is disappearing. It's arguably not done very well, at least in my area. I would struggle to think of a place you could go to, maybe one, that actually shows acoustic best practice, video best practice, design best practice. So when all of these things go together, those are very rare locations. But these integrators, they need, and dealers, they need to have that demonstration capability. Time and time again, we've seen the benefit of that synergy and working together. That this is not just a stack of boxes that we want to try to sell the clients. The clients don't care about boxes, they care about the experience. And so what does the experience do? You can't realistically sell that without showing that the experience is greater than the sum of the parts.